Very good.
Ladies and gentlemen of the media, we've listed victorious head coach from Shady Spring, Ronnie Olson. Players Ammar, Maxwell, Gavin Davis, and Jalon Bailey. Coach, congrats on the win. Just box and congratulations.
What a great win by these guys right here. They're forging their own path in the history of Shady Spring. Going down to last year's team that has been here, we don't have to talk about what those guys have accomplished, but they're trying to make their own history, and I'm very proud of them because that state tournament win is very elusive anytime. Heck, coming down here, let alone winning your first round game, I'm very proud of these guys. They were laser sharp focused from the beginning to the end. Heck, we don't care if it's 1 or 20. I'm very proud of them.
Ronnie, and people have seen your team for the last 3 or 4 years know that Ammar can shoot from outside North Marion. This year, the three-pointer really hasn't been something that he's had to use because he can get to the rim. So he's 3 for 3 from 3 today. Really kind of, I think it allowed you to get some separation.
And Ammar is a selfless kid because, young man, excuse me, he's not a kid. He's played inside a lot for us this year. And if anybody's followed our program over the last 4 years, Ammar was exclusively a three-point shooter. And I would try to get him off the line and try to get him to drive and try to get him to post up. But Ammar had big numbers his freshman and sophomore year from the three-point line. He spaced the floor for us when we were down here in the state championship game. And for him to do that, we knew he could do that. He takes what the defense gives him. And he did a good job of that. He forced nothing tonight. There was not one shot he forced. When we needed a big shot, guess what your best players do? They step up, and that's what he did. And, I'm very proud of his maturation, and I'm proud that he came to play tonight on both ends of the floor because we knew we needed every single bucket from him tonight because the type of game it was.
You mentioned that it was going to be, they're a good rebounding team, and that was certainly true in the first half. Aside from making shots, did you do anything different in the second half that helped you on the boards?
No, I mean we felt like we didn't do a good job of hitting the offensive glass in the first half, so we just kind of reiterated it. These are young men, they have short attention spans. They watch TikTok and they can only watch 5-10 seconds videos. So I know when my time's up in the locker room and I got to quit talking. But we reiterated, hit the glass, guys. We're a good offensive rebounding team. We didn't put together our schedule against Morgantown and University and Fairmont Senior and Woodrow and all these Huntington teams to just come in here and just lay an egg. So we knew we could hit the glass. We're a very good rebounding team, and they did that in the second half.
You talked about struggling. Teams shooting the ball down here, and you want to bank on your defense, and I think that really was a big thing tonight. You had 20 turnovers, 22 points off turnovers. Big key.
It's not cliche. I need to get a shirt cliche because, you come down here and it's going to be like that. Look at the girls' state tournament. I mean, everybody's talking about the first round games, how low percentage they were. I think this morning it was a sloppy first quarter. I talked about, in a game earlier this morning where I thought a team could have capitalized a little more than they did. And we wanted to make sure we capitalized on stuff like that. So you just got to keep playing because you're not going to shoot bad for 4 quarters. Eventually if you play defense like that at a high level, is it going to be enough for us to win a state championship? I don't know. I hope, but we got a heck of an opponent on Thursday. But they just right at the course. There was no letdown. There was no, we're only up 5 points. It's hey, let's get after it. Let's keep going because 5 can be 7, 7 can be 9, and then you take control of the game. I'm very proud of their mental focus. They weren't locked in on TikTok videos though.
Coach,
Yeah.
real quickly, congratulations. You lost a lot of good players from last
Yeah.
year, and that was a fantastic reload job you did. Was this team, the last 2 teams have been very physical. This team, does it compare to them physically? Because these 2 guys right here in a minute, Mr. Davis and Mr. Maxwell, they were handling the brunt of all the work.
I mean, I'll say this, I don't want to compare our last year's teams because everybody is special in their own way, but, they've sat and watched those guys, and they've sat there, and you get a lot from that. It's kind of like, all right, big brother and little brother's getting ready to get his as well. So they've sat there, and they've waited, and not only have they waited, Braden and Cole and Jaden, that team that all college basketball players have pounded on these guys for 3 years. And they know to bring it in practice, you got to bring it, or else you're going to get blown out of the gym. There's nothing the way to get better in practice against all-state players like we've had the last 3 years.
Mr. Davis, did you think that they were a physical team, North Marion?
Oh yeah. From every team we've played,
everybody's physical with us. They come in and they just want to hit us and do whatever they can just to throw us off. And North Marion, they're a very, very physical and strong team. I mean, a bunch of football players. I talked to a couple of them on the floor, and every single one of them, I'm a tight end, I'm a wide receiver, I'm a running back. And I was just like, well, I mean, y'all are big. I'll give you that. And
Mr. Maxwell saying?
Yeah, I mean, they're a tough team out there, a big, bulky team. You know, they came out there and tried to push us off our game. They were aggressive, you know, but I mean, we just go out there, play our game, do what we need to do.
Okay, congratulations, Matt.
Coach, you alluded to the fact that this is a new group. This
Yeah.
is the first game on this stage for this new group. What did you see aside from the laser focus as the game progressed?
I saw a glimmer in their eyes that they knew they could do it. I think, and I will relate to our schedule again. Our schedule has set us up to be in these moments where you're in tough games and tough moments, because you can't come in blowing everybody out, and then all of a sudden you're in a 3-4 point game in the fourth quarter, and you're like, what's going on? So I saw it in their eyes, and I heard it. I heard it in the locker room. I heard it on the bench. Guys, we're good. That's a trait of a good basketball team. You could. A lot of people would say it. Hey, we're good, but when you're saying you're good and you're doing it is two different things, and that's what I saw from those guys for sure.
Ammar, just talk a little bit about your second half. I mean, you kind of came out with a little bit of focus, clearly. I mean, you hit make the first two, and you wound up 16 points in the second half. Kind of take the game over. Just talk about your mentality there.
Honestly, I just go out there, do me. Go out there, do what I need to do for my team. I know what our goal is. I know what we need to do. I just go out there, play my own game, do what I need to do for contribute to my team.
Any further questions?
I want to say something. We look at the stat sheet here, and I told these guys first thing when I walked in. You look at, Jack with 2 points. He's a college. He's multiple college offers already. 2 points. And just smiling when the game goes on. You look at, Kai with 1 point, and you had Brady Johnson come in there with 5, and that's what a good team does. That's what a solid team does. You're still playing, and you're an impact player even if you're not scoring. And those guys never wavered. And I'm very proud of my guys for that.
Anything else, guys? All right, thank you all very much. Congratulations.